GridSearch is an emerging AI technology which allows you to identify optimal interconnection points of very large new loads such as AI data centers to the electric grid. You want to minimize the disruption, you want to do it at the minimum amount of cost, and you want to do it as fast as possible. So the current process of connecting a very large data center load is complex, long-winding, and often very, very expensive. The problem is when you connect a very large load to the electric grid, you will most likely disturb it. And the bigger problem is that you really don't know by how much you disturb it and where you disturb it the most. And so that is a reason why it can take many years to actually identify whether a chosen interconnection point is actually viable, or you have to make some additional investments, infrastructure investments, build new transmission lines, transformers. So GridSearch allows you to identify all these problems before you can actually connect. So it is an AI-enabled screening technology to identify optimal interconnection points in a very large grids, which has hundreds of thousands of nodes. So if you take the grid in Texas, it has roughly 7,500 different nodes, buses. But of course the loads on the whole grid, so how much demand there is, changes all the time. The different configurations or contingencies you can have changes all the time. So if you wanted to identify an optimal connection point out of the 7,500, you would have to run around 10 billion, maybe 20 billion of simulations. With traditional techniques, that takes you months. With AI, you can get it down to potentially minutes. Brookhaven has been at the forefront of developing a grid foundation model, which is the core, which is really the model which allows you to do the screening. Because foundation models are robust against different topology changes. So this is really one of the first times where you have AI models for the electric grid which can handle all these different scenarios you get throughout these operations and can give you actually good answers. And Brookhaven has been at the forefront of that. Now, to connect all this infrastructure, we need to grow the electric grid by potentially even one order of magnitude, so by 10x. And so that is really the problem we're trying to solve by pre-screening optimal interconnection points that allows you to identify these points, but it really also benefits ratepayers in the long term because it keeps the grid affordable by identifying the most affordable solutions as we progress into the AI area. Scaling the electric grid is a grand challenge. So this cannot be done by an individual organization. It only can be done by a community. So collaboration is the absolute key. And we're collaborating with universities, with utilities, with technology companies like AWS, Microsoft, and others. We need power, energy to do AI for the infrastructure, for the computers, for the data centers. And here we're using AI to enable AI. That's why I call it AI for AI.